Step right up, young man. You are in luck. Today at the meat market, my sale is 3 bratwursts for the price of 4.
That seems like a bad deal.
These are the finest quality bratwursts that I sell, and you get today only 3 for the price of 4.
Maybe I will purchase 2.
All right. But I don't have a deal where you can get 2 for the price of 3. You've got to get 3 for the price of 4.
Could I get 2 for the price of 2?
Sure, why not? That's just what they cost.
Yes, I will pay what they cost instead of something. See, I'm not good at math. I'm good at eating sausage.
Right. See, you think that your logic is checking out. See, you think that you've got this figured out, but think again. Because instead of 3 for the price of 4, just now, for the next 20 seconds, while you do the math, I will offer you 16 for the price of 18 and a half.
How many seconds is that?
You've got 18 and a half seconds left, coincidentally.
All I have is a credit card.
Listen, right now, I will give you 4 sausages for the price of 10 sausages if you swipe your credit card right this minute.
I'm just really hungry.
All right, then, 4 sausages for the price of 20 sausages.
Can I just have 2 sausages?
All right, 2 sausages for the price of 200 sausages. Just go ahead and swipe your credit card. We'll be all done.
That seems like I can't do that math in my head.
All right, 0 sausages for the price of 4 sausages. My last offer.
Just.
Damn it. Well, Wanda, I killed another customer through my confusing deals. If you want to drag him in the back, we can make sausage out of him.
And the beastly horde approached the castle gates as a ruinous multitude of malice, but the king was prepared. For the blue wizard had warned him. There will be danger, and there will be crossbows.
Hello and welcome to another episode of There Will Be Crossbows.
There will be crossbows.
There will be crossbows.
We're experimenting with different theme songs.
Right, we've gone back and forth. We keep emailing each other different files of us basically auditioning the theme song for the other one, and the ones we just did were our favorites. And man, now I'm singing them out loud in front of the camera. They seem kind of lame, so maybe back to the drawing board.
It's hard to beat. No, I was singing our current song.
Oh, right.
I'm just going to replace the regular theme and just do that little combo of us doing that.
Perfect. Today's theme is one very.
Oh, James, with all this theme song talk, I've been trying to avoid mentioning what the theme is.
I think you just forgot.
No, I know what it is. I'm actively avoiding it because it grosses me out.
I'm super excited about today's theme. John, not so much. Why? The theme is Bratwurst.
The worst.
Okay, that pun's out of the way. It's all uphill from here. Now, John is a vegetarian, so of course he's not going to like talking about ground up animal parts put into intestine casings.
Who thought of this?
Like every civilized culture throughout history, not specifically the Bratwurst, they didn't have access to cardamom, but some form of sausage has always been in every single society.
Seems like a mistake to me.
I don't know what to tell you. If, it's one of those things, if you think about it, sausage in general, you're like, ugh, that's pretty gross. But then you take a nice bite of a juicy brat and you're like, maybe there's a God after all. And he's stuffed into lamb intestines.
You have no proof that what is inside this discarded intestine isn't like a combination of rat and cockroach. You ever had a rat and cockroach bratwurst before? You don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
I have not. The closest I've had probably is I have had a brat with a rattlesnake in it.
Oh, that rattlesnake, it probably just snaked its way right into the intestine before death. And
That's probably true.
They just
And
found it and they're like, oh, well, done.
And I'm not just eating the rattlesnake in that sausage. I'm also eating everything the rattlesnake ate. And I'm sure that includes a lot of rats and cockroaches.
There you go. It's like the turducken of sausage.
But to be fair, you have no proof that what's inside the brat is in fact animal parts at all. Maybe they found it was cheaper just to stuff it with soy proteins and tofu.
That is true. I have no proof of that, except that meat eaters keep eating it. And generally, I have found when a meat eater has tofu, pretty much they spend the next 48 hours complaining about it.
We don't know what goes into fucking anything, right? What's in a battery, John? You put batteries in electronics. What goes in those? Maybe it's animal parts.
It could be. Okay, all right, I'm going to stop eating batteries.
You gotta understand, I'm German, I think. I did an ancestry DNA test, and I think I was like 40% German, 50% British. I think it was like 1% Ashkenazi Jew, and some other stuff thrown in there, like some Scandinavian stuff. Basically, it read extremely white. But it's the German heritage that I like to claim. And the Bratwurst is a noble German tradition dating back hundreds of years. Now, as you know, I lived in Germany for several years, and I felt it was my duty as an American immigrant living in Germany to eat as many bratwursts as I could to support the noble tradition that is my heritage.
Do you believe also that as a 50% English person, maybe you should also sample some of their cuisine, such as kidney pie and blood pie and I don't know, liver pie? Is that a thing? Hans, come down the stairs. It's time for breakfast.
Wait just a moment. I'm working on something upstairs. I'll be right down.
You'd better hurry. Your Bratwurst is getting chilly.
Ach, nein. Why didn't you just say that? I'll be right there.
What do you think I meant when I said it was time for breakfast?
We have entirely too many stairs. It is very difficult for me to come down to breakfast every single morning.
I'm sorry we tried having less stairs, but then we could not get all the way to the second floor.
How am I supposed to eat my bratwurst breakfast when there's so many stairs that I am winded when I get to the kitchen?
Well, we could rig a system of levers and pulleys. I'm sorry, levers and pulleys to get the bratwurst to you in your bedroom.
Thank you for clarifying. I had no idea what you meant the first time.
I will devise a sausage delivery system for you because it is the least I can do as your mother.
Oh, Mutter, you are so süß. I love you.
And I will make it my mission to feed you so full of sausages that you will jiggle when you walk.
You are the best Mutter a little boy could have. But the bratwursts are all burnt while we were talking.
They're still good. You cannot destroy und Bratwurst.
See, that's not how you use und.
You are young yet.
Ich lieb dich, Mutter.
Exactly. I feel the same und.
Hey folks, it's James here with an Amazon product review. This week, John sent me the Sausage Maker North American Natural Hog Casings. This is enough sausage casings to make up to 25 pounds of sausage at home. Wow. The timing of this review was a little awkward because after a talk with John, I realized that I don't really want to eat meat anymore. So I had just gone vegetarian when he gave me these sausage casings. So I couldn't exactly use them for sausage, could I? So I racked my brain. What could you do with sausage casings besides make sausage? Well, it turns out, not too much. I used one as kind of a makeshift wallet. I stuffed some loose change and some bills in there and kind of tied it to my belt. I made another one into my phone case holder. So on the other side of my belt, my phone goes in it and I just tie it to my belt. And then another one I stretched out just enough to where my house key can go in it. Basically, what I tried to do is get all of my daily items that I need into sausage casings attached to my waist so I could walk around with all of my things easily accessible. I looked like a massive weirdo. Here I was, a regular dude, walking around with my personal items inside animal intestines hanging off my waist. Who does that? As a last-ditch effort to try to find some use for these remaining sausage casings that I had, I actually set up a stand outside my local grocery store, and I blew them up to make balloon animals for kids, but using sausage casings instead. It made a very greasy, very kind of grotesque looking balloon animal, and I gave out 2 or 3 of them before somebody reported me to the police, and I went to jail. Look, when this review comes down to it, if you are a carnivore and you want to make sausage at home, these casings are exactly what you need. But if you don't eat meat, do not use these. Let's split the difference between the meat eaters and the vegetarians on this one and call this a 3-star product. I just bought a couple plane tickets to go to Munich for Oktoberfest, and then Bertha dumped me, 'cause turns out I was a shitty boyfriend. You want to go?
Dude, of course I want to go. It's about time you dumped Bertha. She was always on your case about how terrible you were. And she's right. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, you don't have to go anywhere. The writing was on the wall for our relationship the second I was a terrible boyfriend at all moments.
I mean, it's like she expected you not to be a douche 24 hours a day.
How's a guy gonna do that? The douche flows in my blood. That's who I am, man.
Fuck, dude, I knew that from the moment I met you at our fraternity. Alpha douche.
It's fine, man. Let her go off and find some guy who's gonna be good to her and have a loving relationship with him. Me, I'm going Oktoberfest with you, Stan.
That shit all sounds boring as fuck. Oktoberfest sounds lit.
Right? Look, dude, all I'm expecting is we're just gonna be sitting at a table and the Germans are gonna come over. They're gonna be like, blah, 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 blah. And they're gonna have 3 steins of beer in each hand, overflowing with beer. And we're gonna just like guzzle them back, blackout drunk on the table. Someone's gonna take our credit cards and wallets, leave us for dead in a ditch in the side of the Munich ghetto.
And she did not want in on that? Dude, you are better off.
Fine, whatever, man. She was like, I want to go to Italy. It's more romantic. And I was like, but they don't have as much beer at the same time.
No, why would you go somewhere with no beer? Dude, this is going to be the time of our lives.
Well, I guess we should get ready, man. We leave in 3 days.
I am already packed because what else do I need except what I'm wearing? Dude, this is going to be better than that time we got blackout drunk and ended up naked in a bed together.
Heck yeah, man. Happiest night of my life.
I know, and this is going to beat the fuck out of it.
This is true love, man. The love that only bros can have.
Dude, I missed you when you were with Bertha.
Yeah, dude. Gotta be honest. I think I was so bad to her because I just wanted to be with you instead. You know, like as bros who were involved in a romantic relationship with each other.
Dude, that is fucked up for her, but I'm glad to have you back.
Hell yeah. So I guess this trip just took on a little more significance, huh? Now that we've kind of bared our souls a little bit.
Oh, fuck. Let's drink till we forget.
Hell yeah. And then forget till we remember. Hello and welcome to another segment of Crossbow University. We regret to inform you we had to fire our Japanese professor after it turns out he was actually teaching the Elvish language from Lord of the Rings. But I know a lot of you loved that class, and he still is available for online tutoring. Today, we have a very special guest with us. Bob Mosman is the mayor of Bratwurst, Utah. Now, Bob, your town has a very unique name, Bratwurst. I guess the first question is, how did you get the name?
When the founders of our town first rolled into the area, the first thing they did was murder all of the local wildlife. Then, having a pile of dead local wildlife, they didn't know what to do next. So they just made a mountain of bratwurst. They named the town after that mountain.
What a unique history. Now, you have 17 people who are permanent residents of the town. What are the citizens of Bratwurst like?
We are mainly a tourist village. People come to us in the winter for skiing and for eating bratwurst. The 17 people that live here, their main task is to maintain both the mountain for skiing and the mountain of bratwurst.
Every year you have a very unique festival to celebrate the town's anniversary. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, we call it the Downhill Meat Festival. As you ski down the mountain, you also have a bratwurst in both hands. The person who makes it down the mountain first wins a year's supply of bratwurst. The person who is last down the mountain is turned into bratwurst.
Wait, what happened?
You heard me. We make human bratwurst. It's Utah. There are no rules. Every single year, someone dies. We make them into bratwurst. We feed them to the winner. It's a cycle that helps perpetuate itself.
Jesus Christ, Bob, you gotta stop doing the festival.
But it's a tradition. We can't stop a tradition.
Bob, for the love of God, it's not worth it.
I would beg to differ. Maybe you should ask some of our past winners if it's worth it or not.
Is there anything you're gonna do to make it more safe this next year?
It's perfectly safe as long as you're a winner. If you're a loser, well, you're not fast enough to get away anyway.
I gotta say, Bob, I'm pretty disturbed by what you just told me. Listen, let's touch on a happier topic. If I wanted to visit Bratwurst, what would you recommend tourism-wise?
Ski lessons before you arrive.
Yeah, I am not ever going to be going to your town. And I'd like you to leave the building immediately.
Babe, did you buy sausage at the store?
It's Impossible sausage. It's not a meat sausage.
Oh, so it's... Okay, all right. I was really confused for a second because the refrigerator was calling out to me in pain, and I went to it and I said, "What's the matter, honey?" And I opened it and I discovered what I thought was the devil's food inside.
I would never put the flesh of dead life forms in our sacred altar that is our fridge.
I'm so happy to hear that because we have been very sanctimonious to a lot of people over the years, and this could be the end of all of it.
No, I assure you, there's no murder flesh whatsoever in those sausages. I was in the supermarket, and the man at the devil's corner, the meat section, I guess the others call it, was like, "Hello, we have a sale on sausages, 4 for the price of 10." And I went over there and I was like,
Wait a second. Were you wearing your Meat is Murder t-shirt?
yeah, I was wearing my Meat is Murder t-shirt, my butchery is genocide hat, my flesh is foul left glove, my violence against animals is violence against God right glove, and my Boba Fett underwear.
And yet this murder jockey calls out to you anyway?
He does, but then I gave him a talking to. I said, I would never defile my mouth and body by ingesting the dirty butchered flesh of the innocent life forms that you have slaughtered.
Do you feel like that was up high enough on your moral high horse?
No, I only dialed it up to about a 7 on the moral high horse scale. I was saving a 10 for the manager who I was about to ask for.
Good.
But that's when he explained to me, no, there's no meat in these sausages. These are impossible sausages, he said. Oh, dear God. Do you think he was swindling me? He was tempting me with his evils, his flesh-eating lifestyle.
The meat eater's voice speaks only lies.
I fell hook, line, and sinker, which I also have moral issues with because it involves the catching of fish.
I can't believe you even just used that idiom.
He's corrupted me. Don't you see what's happened to me?
My entire home is now unclean.
We must burn down the fridge, the house, and you must burn me down too. Take me out to the stake out back and burn away my sin.
We shall burn together, for I too have been tainted by my conversation with you.
We may be going down in our lives early before we've won the fight against evil in this world, but at least we stuck to our morals.
We have the knowledge that we were better than everyone else.
Do you want to try one of the sausages before
I'm really curious.
I'm just curious to see. Just like one time. I mean, we're going to burn anyway, right? So
Might as well.
I'll fire up the grill.
Howdy, friends. It's Amazon product review time. I'm so excited about this product James has sent me. Take a look at this. It's the Mega Morph inflatable blow-up fancy dress costume, one size fits all, German lederhosen in inflatable format. Here's what I like best about this product description. Perfect for Halloween parties and group costumes, people will have a hard time ignoring you in the room when you take up most of it. That's right, it's the toxic masculinity's school of getting attention. If I'm man-spread, people will have to pay attention to me. As long as I can squeeze you into the corner of a room, that means I'm the most important person here. Look at me, taking up the room with what is essentially a giant inflatable scrotum. I'm gonna hold a giant beer stein in my hand that's essentially a substitute for a penis. This whole costume screams out, I am a man and I will not be ignored. That being said, it was a really good time at my last party. Everybody was like, ew, who is that? I was the topic of conversation of the night. Nobody could stop talking about me. Yeah, not only yeah, fuck yeah. 5 stars!
Grandpa's dead.
That's impossible. I just saw him like 4.5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it happened just now in the kitchen.
You want to tell me what happened?
He seemed really upset. He was rambling a lot, and then he died of acute sausage poisoning.
Is there any other type of sausage poisoning?
He overdosed. He just overdosed on the bratwurst.
I should have seen this coming. 4.5 minutes ago when I saw him, he had just eaten 17 brats, and I was like, Grandpa, slow down a little bit. And he just kept wolfing him down, and then I went to check my emails, and look what happened.
He ate another dozen when he was in the kitchen with me.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oof. I feel partially responsible. I should have stopped it. I should have nipped it in the bud.
You can't stop a man from eating sausage. Is sausage and bratwurst interchangeable? I'm sorry, I'm unclear on that term.
Yeah, totally.
Are they interchangeable?
Yeah, bratwurst is just a type of sausage.
Okay, it's a specific type of sausage?
Yeah, it's a pork and lamb sausage with cardamom.
I feel like when I call the police, I'm going to need to tell them specifics. And I mean, honestly, I don't eat very much of it, so I'm not sure exactly what I should tell them.
No, I understand. It's a weird term because Americans use it to describe any just large sausage that you would grill. But traditionally in Germany, they're very thin little pork sausages. It's really not important. We should get back to Grandpa's.
So like the bratwursts that we have here are not the bratwursts that they have in Germany?
No, and like in Germany, you could probably eat 17 of those little bratwursts, but here the American bratwursts are so big, and that's what Grandpa was eating, so that's why he died.
So why do they call them the same thing if they're not really the same thing? That's really confusing to me.
It's just Americans corrupting foreign terms for things and making them their own.
I don't think that's okay.
No, it's not. Our culture is historically pretty bad at kind of bastardizing things from other countries.
Why don't we just call it something different if it is something different? I think maybe Grandpa would be alive if we had had something else.
I agree there's a bigger cultural issue here. I mean, have you ever been to a Chinese restaurant? Half the things in the menu aren't even Chinese. It's
You're
disgusting.
kidding me.
No, I mean like things like, fortune cookies, crab rangoon, all that stuff is just like American inventions, by Chinese immigrants to be fair, but still.
All of those things taste really good though.
Yeah, I mean, so do American bratwursts, but I guess we're getting off track, right?
But do they taste the same as the German bratwursts though, even though they're kind of like technically different? Is there a taste difference as well? I think the police will want to know.
Yeah, you can tell that the police, they taste quite different. The American ones generally can use whatever meat they want, and they're really juicy. It was really greasy. A lot of times, even in American bratwursts, they just use artificial casing, whereas German bratwursts will almost always use actual intestine for casing, which is traditional.
Why would you use artificial when we have such a supply of the real thing? I don't get it.
I think it's just different levels of production, right? I mean, I think the Germans have very, authentic production for a lot of their manufacturing. And here we just try to use cheap ingredients and mass produce things.
I can't help but think that if we had had actual artisanal bratwurst, that maybe Grandpa would not have died of an overdose. Maybe his system would have been able to handle it if it hadn't been artificial.
You kids, Grandpa is back. I recovered from my bratwurst overdose, and I'm here to tell you a couple things about your socialist talking points.
What?
I think we should go home and leave Grandpa to himself.
Yeah. Grandpa, we got to hit the road.
Not so fast. Another bratwurst caught in my lung sack. I gotta go. I'll see you kids next Sunday.
But he's going to die, right? I mean,
Was he inhaling the sausage? Well, as it turns out, we have talked about bratwurst as much as we possibly can now, and that's the end for this week.
and also I'm very proud that very little of our scenes were just using bratwurst in place of male genitalia, because I think that was the obvious go-to.
Oh, see, that doesn't occur to me at all.
Me neither. Never would have thought of it in a million years.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Just gone. I don't know. Forget I said it. Edit that out, please.
Thanks for joining us here today. Hey, hop onto Facebook, look at the Crossbow Club, hop onto our YouTube and subscribe and share.
This is how you type, by the way. If you are listening to the audio version of this and want to see the video version to see all the weird facial expressions we're making, you can do that. Jump on YouTube. If you're watching the video and you're like, hey, I really don't want to look at their faces, but I love the comedy, you can listen to this as a podcast. It runs both ways, folks.
Hey, go out and buy yourself a bratwurst, cook it up real nice, eat it, and pretend it's from us. That's our gift to you.
Crossbows. Hello and welcome to John. Quick, finish your coffee. We got to start the show right now.
Oh my God, I didn't know there was a rush.